Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip of Anatomy of the Church and State. Be sure to catch the full episode on Rumble or ChristiansForLiberty.com. Links are in the show description. Can you briefly touch base? I know there's some states out there that are taking children away from parents if their parents refuse to transition them. Are conservative parents out of luck in those states right now?
Yeah, it's a tragedy. It's a real tragedy. We at Pacific Justice Institute, we had a case matter just recently. We give emergency counsel to parents who have social workers threatening to take their kids. And I encourage everyone, I'm going to say right up front, listening to this, if you have children or grandchildren, you need to go to our website and download an article, 12 Steps to Protect Your Children from CPS or Social Workers. It's on our website. Click on it, go to our website, click Parents, and under that you'll see that's one of our resources. Every family should have that because there often isn't much time to protect your child from being taken by a zealous social worker. Many of them are in the radical LGBTQ movement. They're beholden to it. Many of them are living the lifestyle of that movement. And they hate people of faith. They hate Christians, Orthodox Jews. They are in their own cult of what they want to accomplish, what they want to do. And so we had a case matter involving a wonderful Christian family, Christian couple. They adopted 3 children. They love people, love kids. They adopt these 3 kids, came from troubled homes. The oldest one is a teenager, have serious problems, came from a separate family than the other 2, and has been running away. And finally, she ended up in a medical institution. Social workers got the child, put her in a medical institution, and she came out and said, "Well, I'm changing my gender, and my parents, adopted parents, are not affirming it." Well, yeah, they're not encouraging the girl to be confused, because if she goes down that path, she's going to likely be dead before the age of 30. That's not me. That's stats. Or 19.3 times higher suicide rate. What loving person would want to encourage someone to do that? She has a better chance of living if she has a tumor, a cancerous tumor, than going down that track. So of course, loving parents are going to affirm confusion, encourage confusion. So anyway, so social worker, this zealous social worker, hears this and says, "Oh, so this is not a safe family for you. But what about the other 2 children, pre-puberty, little children? Oh, what if someday they decide that they're transgender and they get gender identity dysphoria, or they want to engage in same-sex sexual activities? Just the hypothetical nature of it. We better protect them and take them from these dangerous Christian parents." That social worker brought this matter into court, where they almost always get their way to take children. We were contacted, Jeremiah. We at Pacific Justice Institute, we got an expert psychologist before this happened, because we saw this was coming. We saw the date for the hearing, and we got them to do a thorough examination of the children and the parents, and said there is no reasonable suspicion of abuse or neglect by these parents. Look at the parents, the children. These children should not be taken from this wonderful, loving family. And because of our intervention, because of our representation, without charge, the judge agreed, and the parents got to keep those 2 kids. The older child is down the river in a medical institution, and that's all I can say on that. But this was a real success, and yet it's becoming very common. This is the mindset of, I would say, the majority of social services agencies, social worker agencies, at least in the blue states and some of the cities, U.S. cities. This is their mantra. And they see people of faith and Christians and Orthodox Jews as dangerous people. And they hate them. And they want to take their children from them. They want to shut the churches down. They see that as dangerous institutions. So people need to understand that's where we're at. The state of Oregon, for example, we have a case up there involving a Christian family. They want to be foster parents. They just want to be foster parents. But they were questioned, and they said, "Well, will you affirm a child's gender confusion or dysphoria? Will you encourage it effectively? If you have a child that has a dysphoria, gender identity dysphoria, that mental condition?" They, of course, said what every Christian family would say. They'd say, "Well, no, of course we're not going to encourage that." They said, "Okay, you're disqualified." Really, that's their position by the state of Oregon. Christians need not apply to be foster parents. They're eliminated. And yet statistically, they make the best foster parents.
I was just about to say, yeah, where they would probably have the best chance of succeeding, right?
Yeah. So Oregon is sick. Washington State is very sick the same way. California is often that way. State of New York is very problematic. Chicago. We've got a lot of very dangerous places in the United States for people of faith to live. Now, I don't say, Jeremiah, that people should leave these states. They should not act out of fear. They need to seek the calling of God as to whether they should stay or whether they should leave to a safer state.